Hi, Sayan. Welcome on YourPedia second time.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for having
Okay,
on
so
your show.
yeah, so Sayan, I remember interacting with you
Hmm.
immediately after your post-gate, selections when
Hmm.
you joined IIT Kanpur, Sustainable Energy,
Hmm.
wonderful department. And
Hmm.
now I'm very happy and pleased to
Hmm.
interact with you again when you got almost all the top universities across the globe for
Hmm.
PhD position with funding with fellowships. And
Hmm.
Sayan, you are the typical example of what I visualize, what I see and what I mentor my students like, okay, join IIT system and then after that join the top universities across the globe. आप
Yeah.
उसका एक एग्जाम्पल हैं एंड आई एम वेरी श्योर आज का जो इंटरेक्शन है सियान जस्ट बिफोर द गेट एग्जाम व्हेन
Hmm.
स्टूडेंट्स आर गोइंग टू प्लान फॉर देयर एडमिशंस इन इंडिया ये बहुत ज्यादा रेलिवेंट होने वाला है
Hmm. Hmm.
और बहुत इनपुट आपकी तरफ से आएंगी एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट
Hmm.
सियान यू दैट प्लीज keep in mind that the viewers who are listening to you they will be seeing opportunities for them through you.
Yeah,
So
sure.
स्टार्ट करते हैं सियान आपसे मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा पहले कि
Hmm.
आप अपना ब्रीफ हमें थोड़ा सा दें
Hmm.
विच पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया यू आर फ्रॉम आपने अपना ग्रेजुएशन कहाँ से किया और गेट के बाद आप कौन सा डिपार्टमेंट आपने ज्वाइन किया
Uh,
आईआईटी कानपुर का कीप इट वेरी ब्रीफ बट समरी.
hmm. So, hello everyone. My name is Shandev. I done my bachelor's from West Bengal University of Technology in automotive engineering with additional honors in applied mathematics. So afterwards, I come. So there is no gauge in automobile department, so I opted out gauge in mechanical department, where I obtained a rank of 496, which helps me to land in top schools. But at that point of time, it has the MTX, MSR, and direct PhD offers from all the top 5 IITs. So I pick sustainable energy engineering from IIT Kanpur. But at that point of time, I wanted to work on batteries. I completed my master's from IIT Kanpur Sustainable Department with an 8.38 CPI. And after and then work on solid state batteries and the computational um, studies of solid state batteries and simulations. So my
Okay.
research interests are related to computational electrochemical modelings and CO2 reduction, solid state batteries, etc.
Okay, so Sayan, can you now very briefly also mention your selections जो
Hmm.
आपके across the globe हुई हैं
Yeah.
and where you have decided to join?
So initially, I was only interested in US universities. So I applied to 8 universities in US for fall 2025 intake. So I was very fortunate to get admitted to one of the top R1 universities in US. But unfortunately, due to some issues and financial problems in that university, my funding got revoked. So it's not possible for me to self-fund that opportunity. So afterwards, facing that rejection, I started exploring the other opportunity. What can I have? I was more interested towards like study based and then a research based kind of PhD. So after having almost facing 50 plus rejections, I got selected in 5 universities like Imperial College of London in civil engineering department, and I also got admitted to University of Bristol mechanical engineering department. I got admitted to Queen's University Canada mechanical and materials department. I got an opportunity University of Limerick, Ireland in chemical sciences and engineering department. And I also received an offer from University of Utah, USA in material science and mechanical department. It's a
Wonderful,
culmination choice. Culmination.
wonderful. So top 10 universities में से लेके तो you got almost everything, Sayan. So patience pays, boy, and you
Yeah.
after 50 rejections you got
Yeah.
7 top
Yeah.
selections also.
Uh,
And you were mentioning about some of the fellowships, Sayan, which you got.
yeah.
Please mention that also.
Yeah, so there is a in Canada. I got Mitchell Bruce Research Fellowship, which is the most prestigious PhD fellowship in Canada, which gives you highest amount of money as a mechanical engineering PhD student or someone working on sustainable energy engineering. Apart from that, I received a Mamtech project from Ireland, which is also giving you the highest amount of money over there. And I received a fellowship called CDT Project Fellowship in University of Bristol, and I also received a CDT project experience in Imperial College of London. And UTA, my funding was from external sources.
Okay, so Sayan, as we see geopolitical situation world over,
Hmm.
unfortunately, or I don't know, fortunately, when your funding was revoked
Hmm.
from very Ivy League university in US, that was exactly the time when government changed in US, and then
Hmm.
the situation
Hmm.
changed, and these are external factors.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
फंडिंग मिल भी गया है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ योर कैपेबिलिटी बट रिवोक हो गया सो इससे एक लेसन जो मिलता है सयान यू डिड नॉट से क्विट यू डिड नॉट क्विट द प्रोसेस
Yeah.
though you wanted US only but you did not
Hmm.
quit the process
Hmm.
in fact you got across the globe top universities
Hmm.
whether it is
Hmm.
UK or Canada wherever you got across the
Hmm.
globe इससे एक मैसेज आता है कि if one door stops many doors open I want you to comment on that.
या सो व्हाट हैपेंड टू माय अल्टीमेट गोल, जब मैंने आईआईटी में मास्टर्स शुरू किया तो उससे पहले मेरा एक ही गोल था कि मुझे डायरेक्ट पीएचडी करना है आईआईटी
हम्म
सिस्टम से। तो आई वेंट
हम्म
टू गिव, तो मुझे 3 आईआईटीज में डायरेक्ट पीएचडी का ऑफर मिला। आईआईटी कानपुर, आईआईटी मद्रास, आईआईटी दिल्ली। तो तब मुझे लगा डूइंग अ डायरेक्ट पीएचडी 5-6 years थिंग इंस्टेड ऑफ, आई हैव अ वेरी गुड रैंक 496, अ वेरी गुड रैंक। तो
हम्म
डूइंग माय मास्टर्स इन द फील्ड ऑफ बैटरीज, तब मेरे दो रिसर्च फील्ड्स थे, आइदर इन बैटरीज आइदर इन कंबस्टन। तो आइदर मैं बैटरीज या कंबस्टन दोनों में से किसी एक में मास्टर्स करता हूँ, 2 या 2.5 साल एमएसआर
हम्म
और इनटेक। तो देन आई विल डू माय पीएचडी अब्रॉड। तो सभी ने कहा कि यूएस इज द बेस्ट बिकॉज आईआईटी पीपल आर जस्ट, आई लाइक टू से दैट रूलिंग ओवर यूएस। यूएस में
हम्म
सब कुछ है कि दे हैव बेस्ट आरएनडी फैसिलिटीज, दे हैव स्कूलिंग फैसिलिटीज एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स। तो
हम्म
यूएस भी मेरा पहले माइंडसेट में था। तो यूएस में मैंने ओनली यूएस में एप्लीकेशन किया। तो सम ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटीज, सम मिस्टेक आई डिड इन एप्लीकेशन दैट आई डिड नॉट मेल प्रोफेसर्स बैक, बट आई
हम्म
was very fortunate to giving the interview. So that university, I got 3 rounds of interview. I got selected. I got accepted later. Afterwards, these
हम्म
things happen. So I want, what are the other options I have? So I like to thank one of my professors, Professor Srinivas Edavalli. He's not my guide although, but he's extremely helpful guy. So he suggests me apply to Canada, Singapore, or other UK and Europe universities. The UK Europe universities is the back of my mind because it's a job-based thing. It's a 3 years and 3.5 years PhD, and they want the exact profile. What you've done your masters, just extension of this work until unless you have a direct recommendation thing from professor. So I started applying to UK Europe because I don't have to pay a single penny. So that's a job based thing. So I started exploring UK, like Canada and Singapore. And unfortunately, that point of time, Singapore's application dates were over. So I started mailing Canada professors. That's turned out to be a gold mine for me. And I started interacting with them because I got interview from McGill University. Then professor told me that I don't have funds right now for international candidate.
Okay.
It's fine. I got an interview call from University of Calgary or something. Nothing is working out that point of time. Initially, I was demotivated enough. So that, side by side, I'm also checking out the opportunities in UK and Europe. So I started exploring things and in a deeper manner. How can you get a overall thing? तो यूके में जब मैंने अपॉर्चुनिटी एक्सप्लोर करना शुरू किया तब मुझे पता चला वहां पे दो तरह के स्टूडेंट्स को ज्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलती है। फर्स्ट थिंग इज अ डोमेस्टिक कैंडिडेट हु इज बोर्न एंड बॉटम इन यूके और आयरलैंड। Second thing is some of the gender specific fellowships like Marie Curie. They are all 75% students got Marie Curie are from female candidates. Even similarly, there is fellowship called L'Oreal fellowship. External fellowship में कुछ साउथ अफ्रीकन फेलोशिप्स भी हैं, कुछ केनिया के फेलोशिप से आते हैं। तो उनके स्टूडेंट्स के पास एक्सटर्नल फंडिंग है तो उनको वो ज्यादा प्रेफर करते हैं। तो वन थिंग आई डू, तो व्हाट आई, जिसमें मैंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया था, तो मैंने अपने मास्टर्स में बहुत मेहनत की थी क्योंकि मेरे मास्टर्स में जो मेरे गाइड थे वो एक्सपेरिमेंटलिस्ट थे। और उन्होंने, सिंस ही वाज अ न्यू फैकल्टी, ही वाज जॉइनिंग ओवर ऑक्सफोर्ड दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम एज अ पोस्ट डॉक फेलो, एज अ प्रोफेसर ओवर हियर। तो उन्होंने जब मुझे कॉम्पिटिशन करने को बोला तो आई आइडेंटिफाई माय ओन प्रॉब्लम्स, आइडेंटिफाई माय, आई स्टार्ट मॉडलिंग फ्रॉम जीरो स्क्रैच। That's a very new thing for a master student. That's a new thing for a professor itself. When no one is in my lab is working on computational stuff, I done entire stuff by myself. तो उसके और क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि इस टाइम में आफ्टर ग्रेजुएशन भी मैंने अपने मास्टर थीसिस के सबमिशन के बाद भी काम किया इसमें और क्या क्या कर सकते हैं। तो दैट इंटरेक्शन टर्न टू बी अ ग्रेट ग्रेट थिंग फॉर मी। आई गॉट इंपीरियल कॉलेज ऑफ लंदन इन सिविल इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट। आई एम कमिंग फ्रॉम अ मैकेनिकल और ऑटोमोटिव बैकग्राउंड इन एनर्जी डिपार्टमेंट। तो आई गॉट सिविल अपॉर्चुनिटी बिकॉज माई वर्क इज इन फाइनल एलिमेंट मॉडलिंग in solid state batteries. I'm using solid state solid mechanics module, and my work in Imperial is gonna be like a sustainable materials for civil applications.
Okay.
It's more or less similar kind of work, similar line of work, but so I got that opportunity. Even in University of Nuremberg, Ireland, I got chemical engineering opportunity because my work is related to electrochemistries and all those stuffs. So I started explore things, but back of the mind, I always wanted something related to more towards mechanical or materials kind of thing. That is my primary background. So it's worked for me. Always people, even that point of time I was getting nothing. So I make an Excel sheet, some of the best faculties of India. If nothing is working out, I will apply to Indian Institute of Science Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, all the best places for energy sciences. Even I have a call from IIT Kanpur itself. So I will
Okay.
join
Okay.
those.
अच्छा सियान, आपकी ग्रेजुएशन ऑटोमोबाइल में हुई है, राइट?
Yes.
एंड यू हैव रिटन दिस गेट विद व्हिच सब्जेक्ट?
I write with a mechanical engineering.
Okay, so back then you got sustainable engineering in IIT Kanpur, right? So very briefly, though I have full video interacted with you on that, तो बहुत ही briefly आप बता सकते हैं कि sustainable engineering, was it a new domain, new department created? Because that is coming to my mind. It was a newly created. So
Yeah.
being brand ambassador of that department, can you tell something to my viewers about that department also?
Yeah, that's a really great department. So it's established in 2020. तो
Hmm.
2021 में हमारा फर्स्ट ग्रेजुएशन बैच हुआ, जिसमें सिर्फ एमटेक
Hmm.
एमएसआर और पीएचडी स्टार्ट हुए हैं, अंडर ग्रेड के नहीं. तो द
Hmm.
ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट इज वर्किंग ऑन द कटिंग एज सस्टेनेबिलिटीज, वेदर इट्स
Okay.
एनर्जी कन्वर्शन, एनर्जी स्टोरेज,
Hmm. Hmm.
लाइक लेट्स से विंड एनर्जीज एंड अदर थिंग्स, लाइक हर किस्म के यहाँ पे एनर्जी फील्ड्स में काम होते हैं. एंड वी हैव प्रोफेसर्स फ्रॉम एवरी बैकग्राउंड. My own
Hmm.
professor is coming from physics background, material science background. We have
Okay.
faculties over mechanical engineering background,
Hmm.
chemical
Hmm.
engineering backgrounds, and somewhat
Hmm.
we have faculties over like policy based things. They are coming
Hmm.
from humanities background. We are
Hmm.
recently have faculties.
Hmm.
They are from chemistry background. They are working
Hmm.
on water remediations and all those things. Some of the
Hmm.
civil engineering background students join. Even electrical power engineering in sustainable
Hmm.
application
Hmm.
people are also there. So it's a great
Hmm.
branch. It's a newly
Hmm.
branch, but it's a very culminated and great branch because you will explore a lot of more things. Since I'm from an
Hmm.
automotive background, so my domain is a more mechanical domain. So I
Hmm.
went over there. I took courses in like we are extremely interdisciplinary culture. So
Hmm.
I took courses like thermofluid engineering, which is a mechanical engineering subject. I also took a
Hmm.
physics of energy materials, which is nothing but a material science subject. I took
Hmm.
electrochemical storage system, which is nothing but a
Hmm.
chemistry based subject. I took
Hmm.
another course called computational and simulations, which is a
Hmm.
mathematical tool and applied numerical subjects. And that's all
Hmm.
from a one department. So if
Hmm.
you wanted to work this kind of cutting edge things, you will got all the kind of facilities. And we have one
Hmm.
course called 605, Sustainable
Hmm.
SE 605. We
Hmm.
have the cutting edge laboratory systems. There we
Hmm.
understood how solar systems work, how battery work, and how
Hmm.
wind things and other energy systems are working.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
had a chance to serve as a DPGC coordinate, so
Hmm.
departmental postgraduate committee member. So we have
Hmm.
extremely extra
Okay.
interdisciplinary culture for this thing. If someone from this year, I think I got the news that people having from petroleum engineering background, plastic engineering background, textile backgrounds, they wrote their gate through some of the papers and they come up with this interdisciplinary culture of
Wonderful. It has to
IITs.
be because sustainable means हर branch
Yes.
का candidate आ सकता है. Hmm.
Even
Okay. We have MS
even
also there. MS research. Yeah.
yeah, MS research is also there. Some of my friends are
Okay.
doing MS research.
Hmm. Wonderful. Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, Sam. Now you have many selections on your table, like
Mhm.
Imperial College London. I mean, very top ranked universities. And how did you decide about Queen's University in Canada?
Yeah, so initially I got opportunity in University of Limerick, Ireland, September intake. Then I got an opportunity in Imperial College in October intake. Then I got an opportunity, like I'm getting these opportunities. So back of the mind, what are my desirable goals? Since I had one goal in mind, I want to be in the academia in the field of mechanical and sustainable engineering. So my goal
Hmm.
are my skills. So I make a list. What are my skills? My skills are
Hmm.
computational modeling, electrochemical
Hmm.
modeling, and
Hmm.
more towards a simulation kind of background. And
Okay.
my education background is related to mechanical materials engineering. So I want
Hmm.
something which can club both of them.
Hmm.
So initially I got Limerick, which I told that it's a chemical engineering course.
Hmm.
So my background is not chemical engineering. If I ended
Hmm.
up getting doing course, I have to do some lot of courses like chemical reaction engineering and all those the kinetics of chemical chemistries and all those
Hmm.
courses. And
Hmm.
Imperial is a great school. I'm supposed to join Imperial College of London, but that is a civil engineering course. But when
Hmm.
you are doing civil engineering and Imperial's PhD is super structured, 3 years and 3.5 years PhD. If someone
Hmm.
is, I am not a fan of those kind of PhDs because 3 years I see people spending 7 years at IIT Kanpur and come up with
Hmm.
a 14 publication and they are ended up getting a UW Madison in
Hmm.
Michigan postdocs and
Hmm.
some of the faculties you are interacted with Avinash Agarwal and Sanjay
Hmm.
Mittal. I
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
chance
Hmm.
interaction with those lab
Hmm.
students. तो
Hmm.
ये जो टाइम मैटर नहीं करता हमें चाहिए कि
Hmm.
मेरा स्किल काम करना चाहिए और होना चाहिए वहां पे कुछ
Hmm. Hmm.
मीनिंगफुल आउटपुट आना चाहिए तो मैंने वहां पे
Hmm.
देखा था वो ये तो बैक ऑफ
Hmm.
द माइंड मेरे इसमें था तो मैंने बाकी के जितने भी ऑप्शंस थे तो मेरे दो ऑप्शंस को हाईलाइट किया था आइदर यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ ब्रिस्टल or either
Hmm.
Queen's University, Canada. So
Hmm.
after consulting some of the IIT professors because they are the best ones, so
Hmm.
what I think that my future goal is to work to a cutting edge sustainable technologies. And in Canada, I am getting Mitchell Bruce Fellowship. I am getting two
Hmm.
biggest names in CO2 reduction modeling. They are the
Hmm.
world's best scientists considered. तो
Hmm.
वहां पे मैंने क्या किया तो यही ऑप्शंस मेरे लिए बेस्ट है और आई एम गोना
Hmm.
वर्क ऑन FEM based modeling for CO2 reduction, which is a cutting edge
Hmm.
sustainability kind of
Hmm.
research where my
Hmm.
work is going to be to CO2 को reduce करके meaningful chemical products में
Hmm.
convert करना है. So it's a more
Hmm.
towards a mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, material engineering kind of thing. That's true with the
Hmm.
modeling aspect.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
kind of opportunity is an asset for me. And this
Okay.
kind.
So Sayan, now can you tell us something about Queen's University in Canada?
So whatever I have a chance to interact with, so I'm telling you how I got this opportunity. So at that point of time, this position popped up, and I was looking for options. तो आई मेल
Hmm.
वगैरह तो पहले तो मुझे मेल आया था 3 महीने के बाद. It's
Hmm.
very long time actually after getting a mail back from 3 months because application portal था एक. तो मतलब that
Hmm.
we ended up very high in our those want to talk. तो फर्स्ट राउंड मेरा
Hmm.
इंटरव्यू हुआ था कि उसमें मेरे मेरा this is all about me, my background and how I fitted for this project, my research on
Hmm.
research, and they ask
Hmm.
extremely deeper questions over there.
Hmm.
What I
Hmm.
found the US Canada based और
Hmm.
सिंगापुर में भी बहुत
Hmm.
डिटेल्स में इंटरव्यू लेते हैं वो लोग. मतलब
Hmm. Hmm.
फंडामेंटल पूछते हैं, रिसर्च के बारे में आपको जज करते हैं. और
Hmm.
दूसरा मेरा इंटरव्यू था तो ही गेव मी सम पेपर ऑफ हिज ओन. तो उस पेपर में एक एक्सपेरिमेंटल पेपर था, उसको कहा कि इस एक्सपेरिमेंटल पेपर का कॉम्पिटिशन लेकर तुम वैलिड करवाना चाहोगे, हाउ यू
Hmm.
वैलिड दैट मॉडल यूजिंग एफईएम मॉडल्स. तो वहां पे मुझे
Hmm.
थोड़ा बहुत हाँ, तो दैट्स
Hmm.
आल्सो वेरी हार्ड थिंग. 5-6 डेज में मैंने वो किया.
Hmm.
The third
Hmm.
round was like he gave me some problem which I have to solve it through Python codes. तो वो भी मैंने
Hmm.
किया. तो आफ्टर हैविंग ये इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस ही 2 महीने चला. Afterwards he
Hmm.
gave me a positive feedback that I am gonna take you for this
Hmm.
position.
Hmm. Hmm.
Queen's
Okay.
University is one of the very prominent universities. Is one of the
Hmm.
U15 universities. Like in like US we have Ivy League universities like top eight
Hmm.
universities. And
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
UK we have Russell Group of universities like Imperial, Oxford, Cambridge,
Hmm. Hmm.
Birmingham,
Hmm.
Bristol. And like
Hmm.
similarly, we have U15 university in Canada, and it is one of the
Hmm.
U15 universities. It is a 200 years old university, and
Hmm.
Queen's is a very highly ranked university when it comes to mechanical engineering. We have
Okay.
all kind
Hmm.
of best research facilities over there, and we
Okay.
have
Hmm.
faculty members, collaboration from Stanford, MIT, NASA, all
Hmm.
the big
Hmm.
names. And my professor
Hmm.
himself is coming from MIT and Stanford.
Okay. Wonderful. So you got the funding, I believe, right?
Hmm. I got a
Hmm.
so for that Canada there is several funding. So Canada has two things. The first thing
Hmm.
I have to pay a tuition fees in Canada,
Hmm.
which is near
Hmm.
about for international PhD students near about is varies in 5 to 15,000 Canadian
Okay. Per
dollars
per annum.
पर एनम. तो
Hmm.
ये
Hmm.
मेरे केस में शायद ये 8 के करीब होगा. तो
Hmm.
आई वांट समथिंग दैट कैन कवर माय एंटायर स्टफ एंड वहां पे रहने खाने का खर्चा भी मेरा पूरा निकल जाए. ये मेरा
Hmm.
था. तो आई अप्लाइड फॉर सम एक्सटर्नल फेलोशिप ओवर देयर. तो आई वेरी लकी इनफ टू गॉट दैट very prestigious fellowship called Mitchell Bruce Research Fellowship. It's the
Okay.
most prestigious fellowship in Canada right now. We
Hmm.
are
Hmm.
getting a very handsome amount of money over there, which
Hmm.
can cover our tuition fees and our
Hmm.
हमारे रहने खाने का भी हो जाता है. And we are
Hmm.
ended up getting this prestigious fellowship and we can work on in specific topic on sustainability. So where
Hmm. Hmm.
so
Hmm.
it's a very competitive fellowship. Very less people
Yes.
got. So
Hmm.
and there's other fellowships are there, Ontario fellowship, but some
Hmm.
fellowships for French people.
Hmm.
And there's something called national fellowships is there. But
Hmm.
in Michel was the most prestigious fellowship in Canada right now.
Hmm. And what is the duration of PhD in Canada?
It varies. It's near about 4 years for fully funded ones for our
Okay.
case.
Hmm.
4 years in 4 years in first year we have to do a entire. You can start from the very beginning. We have to do
Hmm.
some coursework. Then we have to do compre, SOTA. This kind of things is going on. Just like
Hmm.
US universities, because Canada University and US University are more or less same.
Hmm.
It's 4 to 5 years is near about.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh,
So Sayan, you are joining this Queen's University now in month of January, right?
yes, yes.
So what is the season like? When do you join or admission season क्या होता है in universities में?
There is two mostly admission season, just like US, fall intake and winter intake. So fall intake
Hmm.
and sometimes what happens depends on professor although, but
Hmm.
fall intake you can apply and winter intake you also can apply. But one thing I have to make sure just presently there's a funding crunch is going on entire world.
Hmm.
What I told
Hmm.
you कि तो मुझे मैंने अभी आपको कहा कि यूके में मैंने देखा था कि जेंडर स्पेसिफिक फंडिंग है, डोमेस्टिक फंडिंग से. यूरोप में भी वही है और यूएस में तो फंडिंग का बहुत अभी बहुत क्रंच है वहां पे. तो आई
Hmm.
लाइक टू सजेस्ट टॉक विद द प्रोफेसर्स. If they are show
Yes.
their interest, then you only apply. So what
Yes.
mistake I did in US because I randomly applied to 8 school in US. Made according to
Okay.
profile. Even I applied
Okay.
to two universities. I like to take it like Virginia Tech and
Hmm.
UCF, University
Hmm.
Central Florida. Two
Hmm.
universities.
Hmm.
Many of my seniors having less CPI, less research aptitude rather than me. They need up
Hmm.
to these universities having the IIT background, the Calcutta University, West Bengal University background. We have a
Hmm.
lot of seniors over there. But during
Hmm.
my time, they did not took a single international PhD student.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that's like my backup. If nothing
Hmm.
goes works, I'm gonna get these universities.
Hmm.
That's for
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm.
Like that's a, like a अब मैं क्या बोलूँ, अब उसके बाद जब मैंने एक्सप्लोर करना शुरू किया तब मुझे अच्छे अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिले। और वन थिंग आई ऑलवेज टेल स्टूडेंट्स, मैंने मैंने यूपीजीसी भी सर्व किया है, आई गॉट लॉट ऑफ मेल्स, लॉट ऑफ लिंक्डइन मैसेजेस। मैं सबको ये बताता हूँ, नेवर जॉइन एनी इंस्टीट्यूट बिकॉज ऑफ क्यूएस रैंकिंग। See, I got Imperial College of London. It's a QS ranking 2. And that professor is one of the best professor in civil department. But civil department is not my background. She gave me an offer. I'm thankful to her that she gave me, but that is not my background. अगर वो soil mechanics में कुछ बोलेंगी, then I will be lost. I have to put some extra efforts over there. Instead of that, I got something, some universities which is having a best research facilities. Like my professors, Professor Jackson Crane and Cow Tankings, this is the biggest names in field of CO2 reductions. I am communicating with them because there is no barrier, because they are coming from mechanical chemical background. I know fluid mechanics, I know heat transfer, thermodynamics. मुझे पता है कि मॉडलिंग किस तरह से करते हैं, तो इट्स अ टू वे कम्युनिकेशन, नॉट अ सिंपलेक्स मोड, जो कि मैंने फील किया है. ऑलवेज गो विद द प्रोफेसर इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग थिंग्स. Someone recently, the problem with IIT students, what I found as a mentor, someone told me, okay, so someone's here to giving some speech. First देखेंगे कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी से है. So first यूनिवर्सिटी देखेंगे, oh, someone is from University of Houston, 600 QS ranking, man, तो ये तो कुछ काम का नहीं है. But they don't have any idea. University of Houston is the best school for chemical engineers. Like similarly, there are some, मेरे एक दोस्त है, मैं उसको बोलता रहता था कि you apply to Lehigh University, Lehigh US, structural mechanics में world class university है, Lehigh University. So there's a lot of underrated gems are like. Queen's University used to call the Ivy League Institute of Canada. People को पता ही नहीं है क्योंकि they are judging things based on QS ranking. When I post my PhD announcement in LinkedIn, I getting several messages. Why you join Queen's over Bristol and Imperial? Because it's a Russell Group University and all those things. और मैं बोलते बोलते थक गया हूँ, शायद इसके बाद मुझे और नहीं बोलना पड़ेगा.
Okay, so very good piece of advice that QS ranking is not the only criteria. Don't blindly follow it. Other parameters are there. Department which you are going to join, your interest, many factors. So that is very good, Sayan. आपने एक और बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट यहाँ पे रेज किया था सयान. That point was related to like when you are pursuing your interest, like आप जब आगे जाते हैं, जैसे आपको पीएचडी करनी है, आप ओनली मेरे को लगता है कि पीएचडी तक ही नहीं देखते हैं, आप उसके बाद भी देखते हैं कि जैसे
Yes, sure.
उसके बाद मेरे को क्या करना है, किस तरीके से करना है. सो पोस्ट पीएचडी अपॉर्चुनिटीज, हाउ कैंडिडेट कैन फोकस दैट बिफोर हैंड.
So there's a lot of opportunities over there. So यहाँ आप पोस्ट डॉक देख सकते हैं, आरएनडी देख सकते हैं. इट्स ऑल्सो डिपेंड्स ऑन कंट्री. अगर आप आयरलैंड जैसे जगह पे, अगर आपने बहुत ही हेवीली सॉलिड मैकेनिक्स में काम कर लिया, क्योंकि उनके पास आरएनडी इंडस्ट्रीज उतने है नहीं सॉलिड मैकेनिक्स में. मैं आयरलैंड पे एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ, तो आपको शायद थोड़ा बहुत प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है, क्योंकि आप आरएनडी में नहीं जा सकते. आप जिस कंट्री में जा रहे हैं और जो काम करने जा रहे हैं, उस कंट्री में जियोपॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन क्या है, सब कुछ कैसा चल रहा है, आपको उसके बाद पीआर मतलब मिल सकता है कि नहीं, आप कौन से प्रेस्टिजियस फेलोशिप देख सकते हैं. लाइक देयर इज अ बैंकिंग वन फेलोशिप कॉल्ड बैंकिंग फेलोशिप. बैंकिंग फेलोशिप इज अ वेरी प्रेस्टिजियस फेलोशिप इन कनाडा फॉर पोस्ट डॉक पीपल. तो आप वो हंट कर सकते हैं. पोस्ट डॉक्स के लिए आपको अपॉर्चुनिटीज देखनी पड़ेंगी. तो राइट नाउ व्हाट द सिचुएशन इज गोइंग ऑन, entire thing academia actually based on connections. So I'm working with a new professor, so I got very less opportunity from his side, because he's a new faculty, is not well connected with the but another student, I'm not going to take her name out, but she's working something on she's a IT grad. She's from electrical background, 7.1 CPI, and she's working along with a battery project along with some of my colleagues. She having a BTech CPI of 8 point something like that, and she's working on something on batteries. She merely take any courses in MTech in semiconductors or power engineering. She already takes some courses, very non-linear kind of courses, which is a very easy to getting marks. Mostly humanities courses or somewhat courses related to, like you have to muggy gum and you have to produce. So it's a very ordinary profile. You see 7.1, 8.2 CPI, or 8.5 CPI over there. She got an Marie Curie PhD fellowship in Imperial College of London in 5 minutes interview. And how she got that? Because her one of the supervisor actually is not primarily working with her. He is a so big name in the field of organic electronics, and in the meantime, when he told her, I am working with that individual, in 5 minutes interview, she got selected. Oh, I know this individual really well, and like, but yeah, opportunity usko mili. She's gonna get to 1.5 or 6 crores, 1.5, 1.6 crores. She will get in 3 years Marie Curie PhD. दैट पीएचडी पोजीशन इज जिससे दो बातें होती है। पहली बात, वो पोजीशन आपको एक ऐसे कैंडिडेट को आप ले रहे हैं सिर्फ बेस्ड ऑन रिकमेंडेशन, जिसके पास कोई प्रिजिडिंग नॉलेज नहीं है। प्रिजिडिंग नॉलेज नहीं है तो आपका कनेक्शन के बेस पे आपको इतनी अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल गई, इट माइट बी वेरी पॉजिटिव फॉर हर। और सेकंड थिंग जो प्रॉब्लम होती है, जो न्यूट्रल कैंडिडेट है, आई नो दैट एग्जैक्ट प्रॉब्लम, someone in IIT Kanpur is working 10 CPI masters because he is working with a very new professor, उसको वो अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए इंटरव्यू कॉल भी नहीं आया। तो ये अपॉर्चुनिटी उसके हाथ से चले दैट पॉइंट टाइम, जिसको इंटरव्यू कॉल नहीं आया तो वो सोचता है अरे मैं तो बहुत बड़ा फेलियर हूँ। ये मेरे साथ भी हुआ है। तो मुझे एग्जैक्टली इंटरव्यू कॉल भी है, लोग यहाँ पे मैरी कुरी डार्ट फेलोशिप ले रहे हैं जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ प्रोफेसर नेम। अब तो मैंने उनसे पूछा जो जिनको मिला था कि डिड यू हाउ यू कम्युनिकेट योर मास्टर थीसिस, बोला मुझे तो मास्टर थीसिस के बारे में पूछा ही नहीं। बोला बस पूछा कि सर कैसे हैं यार, ऑल दिस एंड यू गॉट सिलेक्टेड। तो इस तरह से होता है। एंड सेकंड बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम, थर्ड बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम होता है जब यंग स्टूडेंट्स लाइक जो बैचलर्स करते हैं, मास्टर्स करते हैं, जब वो इन तरह के कैंडिडेट्स को आइडियलाइज करना शुरू कर देते हैं। आईआईटी कानपुर, इंपीरियल कॉलेज ऑफ लंदन बेस्ट स्टूडेंट होगा। बट हमें पता है कि क्या है। इवन मेरे सर तो थे प्रोफेसर सुदर्शन नारायणन, वो एक बात बहुत अच्छी बोलते थे। तो हमेशा बोलते थे कि सी someone from Stanford, MIT, Caltech, whether it's from Oxford, he's not become a superior guy. You never know how they ended up getting this kind of opportunities. तो ये मुझे, when I trying to communicate with the people, I found people having in India PhD from Indian Institute of Science Bangalore, IIT Kharagpur, they are far more ahead from some of the people having coming from these UK Europe universities. Even इसलिए मैंने कहा कि some of my friends, he is a MTech student in IIT Kharagpur, तो he is also trying for US. तो somebody not obviously उसको भी यही फेस करना पड़ा, and he was so confident enough. So I called him, what happened and something going on. Oh no, he's converting his masters to a masters plus PhD. And he can convert these things because his supervisor name is Professor Shuman Chakravarti. Someone is working with Shuman Chakravarti, Avinash Agarwal, Sanjay Mitra. Then you are the best hands in the world. And तुम्हें कुछ देखने की जरूरत नहीं है। Even Gautam Biswas sir, when I had a chance to interact with this individual personally, so there's something like supervisor matter lots.
Very decorated academicians, yeah, that's true.
Okay, one of my interviews, even मुझे ये पूछा गया, you are from IIT Kanpur, yeah, तो बातों बातों में बोला ये तो प्रोफेसर जो मेरे गाइड थे वो प्राइमरीली कंबस्टन में भी काम करते थे। बोला यू नो अविनाश इन, बट ही आई नेवर हैड अ चांस टू इंटरेक्ट विद हिम। बोला या ही इज अ बिग नेम इन, तो ये बहुत मैटर करता है whom are you working with.
It's true. अच्छा Sayan, आप you raised a point and that is very good, guiding point for the students. Getting in touch with professors first. If you want to take a funding, instead of blindly applying in the university, try to first get in touch with the professor. And second, even if he is not responding you may get that response after a couple of months. That is how it goes. So please speak something about that. Getting in touch with the professors, mailing them.
So इसमें दो बातें आप कर सकते हैं। तो मैं फर्स्ट जो कहूंगा कि always keep an eye on LinkedIn. Many of the professors don't take this kind of direct recommendation kind of thing. They are post like a job or thing, whether it's US, Canada और सिंगापुर, और whether it's UK यूरोप में तो आते ही उनके खुद के जॉब के पोर्टल्स होते हैं। तो वो वहां पे आप नजर रखिए, आप प्रोफेसर्स को मेल कीजिए। और समटाइम्स यू कैन पुट अ रैंडम मेल, बट रैंडम मेल शुड नॉट बी वेरी रैंडम, but that's like a very crisp mail that okay, I am Shayan Debij, I am senior MTech student in IIT Kanpur, I am working under Professor ABC, I am working on this thesis. तो उसमें सेकंड पैरा में आप लिखिए कि आपके कोर्स वर्क कौन से थे। Like in my case, like in my kind of profile, fluid dynamics plays a very crucial role. Battery courses like batteries plays a crucial role. Finite element plays a crucial role. तो मैं वो mention करता था। Trying to be a crisp mail and always trying to attach three things with your mail. First, BTech transcript, master's transcript, and a very academic kind of CV. There's something different between industrial CV and academic CV. Academic CV is why they are not checking out their school marks. They are more towards the BTech marks, MTech marks. They are like internship or research publication. They will highlight that, and you try to elaborate it in very key points. What is your master's project at? What are the objectives of your master's project, and how we ended up getting results for your master's project? For a bachelor's project also, what are the experimental skills you develop during these things? And what are the skills and tools? There is something called skills and tools जो लोग मेंशन नहीं करते सीवीज में। मैं हमेशा स्किल्स में मेंशन करता था कि आई नो इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल मॉडलिंग्स एंड ऑल दोस मॉडलिंग्स, और टूल्स में हमेशा मेंशन करता था कि आई नो अबाकास, आई नो कॉमसोल। दैट्स इवन यूरोप में कभी ना कभी दे मेंशन पर्टिकुलर सम सॉफ्टवेयर्स, बिकॉज़ यूरोप गाइस हैज अ फंडिंग फ्रॉम बहुत सारे इंस्टीट्यूट को मैं जानता हूं लाइक केच रॉयल, वहां पे कॉमसोल खुद फंडिंग करती है। इफ यू हैव कॉमसोल इन योर बैकग्राउंड, console को तुम highlight कर सकते हो, then it's a very big advantage for you to getting into those things.
Good. Okay, Sian, now one of the last interaction points with you, those candidates who are listening to you, uh, how they can make an assessment whether they can also get opportunities similar to yours. I mean, what they should see in their background, credentials. उनके पास ऐसा क्या होना चाहिए कि जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज आपको मिली हैं सयान, वो भी ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटीज के लिए एक्सप्लोर कर पाए.
हाँ हाँ, तो इसमें मैं बोलना चाहूंगा कि ये आपको पहले माइंडसेट में बैठाना पड़ेगा कि आपको पीएचडी करनी है कि अदरवाइज यू वांट अ जॉब और जस्ट टेकिंग अ पीएचडी एज अ बैकअप. Because I
Okay.
know a lot of people they are doing their PhD just because also they that point of time don't have any job, fascinating job, and they are getting a very good pay in PhD in the form of PMRF, in form of Marie Curie fellowship, form of DART fellowship. तो आपको खुद का असेसमेंट खुद का आना चाहिए कि मुझे पीएचडी करनी है कि नहीं, और करनी है तो व्हाट आर माय स्किल्स. जो मैंने कहा कि एक एक्सेल शीट बनाए, व्हाट आर योर स्किल्स, उस एक्सेल शीट के ऊपर बेस्ड ऑन आप अपना काम शुरू कीजिए. तो बेस्ड ऑन मैं कहूँ कि व्हाट आर टिपिकल पीएचडी प्रोफाइल लुक लाइक, दैट यू हैव 8+ सीपीआई थ्रू आउट योर लाइफ, whether it's bachelor's, whether it is master's. If you suppose someone don't have 8+ CPI, so how you compensate that? You can compensate with your research work background.
Okay.
If you have excellent research background, you can compensate with that. You can compensate that with the your coursework. So since I was DPGC of my department, I had a chance to interact with one of the great professors, Professor Das. So Professor Das हमेशा एक बात बोलते थे. So someone is taking a nominal course and they're getting 10, and someone taking a very hard course like advanced fluid mechanics, viscous fluid flow, or advanced CFD and getting an 8, दोनों में मैं 8 वाले को सबसे आगे रखूंगा, क्योंकि he's taking a very hard course and he's trying to get a 80% marks, जो कि कहीं ना कहीं है. ये फॉरेन के प्रोफेसर्स भी ये चेक करते हैं. Until unless you go with a direct DRs or direct recommendations kind of thing, they check. Even one of the interviews मेरे सुपरवाइजर ने कहा था कि he told me saying मुझे आप 10 रिलेवेंट कोर्स बताइए. तो मैंने 10 रिलेवेंट कोर्स बैचलर्स मास्टर्स को मिला के बता दिए. उनमें से सारे कोर्सेज में मेरे मार्क्स अच्छे थे, 8 9 10 था. एक कोर्स में मेरा सिर्फ C+ था जो 7 ग्रेड का था. तो उन्होंने मुझे पूछा कि तुम्हारा ये फिजिक्स और एनर्जी मटेरियल्स में, तुम एनर्जी मटेरियल्स में काम कर रहे हो बैटरीज पे, तुम्हारे इस मार्क्स क्यों कम? तो आई हैव टू जस्टिफाई दैट. आई कॉम्पेंसेट दैट मार्क्स विद माय my research work on batteries. So you have to compensate certain things. First of all, and you have to come up with a very good things. Like I that point of time when I doing my master's, I feel extremely stuck because I'm the only one who's working on this problem, and my friends are working with the postdocs, and having working with the master students, working with the postdoc is very easy for them to working things. In my case, I have no postdocs, nothing. So I can now I feel I'm privileged to design my own problems. जो ओन प्रॉब्लम्स मैंने खुद डिजाइन किया, इससे वजह से मेरा रिसर्च एप्टीट्यूड बहुत डेवलप हो गया था. मैंने आपको कहा था जब उन्होंने मुझे अपना पेपर दिया कि इस तरह से मॉडलिंग कैसे करोगे, तो मुझे अप्रोच पहले से ही पता था कि मैं तो इस तरह से अप्रोच में करता था कि मैंने बहुत गलतियां की थी अपने मास्टर्स थीसिस में. ये अप्रोच में करो तो मैं ये अप्रोच करूंगा तो बहुत जल्दी ये मॉडल बन सकता है. तो आई कम अप विद अ वर्किंग मॉडल विद इन वेरी फ्यू डेज. तो आपको खुद का असेसमेंट पहले होना चाहिए कि आप किस तरह से आप अप्रोच कर रहे हैं चीजों को. और सेकंड थिंग, और एप्लीकेशन के लिए ऑलवेज ट्राई रेडी विद थिंग्स. क्यों आपसे सर आई एम वर्किंग, आई एम इंटरेस्टेड टू वर्किंग विद यू. well why somewhat suppose heat transfer का वाला बैकग्राउंड कोई प्रोफेसर एप्लीकेशन कर रहा है, तो सीएफडी वाला बैकग्राउंड उसमें अप्लाई कर रहा है, तो उसमें आपको शो करना चाहिए कि सीएफडी का जो काम उसने सीखा था वो उसको आता है. हाउ दो बोथ कैन jelly out with each other. Otherwise it will be a problem for them as well. क्योंकि यूके यूरोप में they want 90% similar until unless you have some DR kind of thing. Until unless यूएस यूरोप में यूएस और कनाडा और सिंगापुर as well, वहाँ पे एडवांटेज क्या होती है, you can do coursework, then you can give a complete total and you come up with your own problems. तो ये बहुत एडवांटेज है. अगर आप उनको शो कर पाए यूएस कनाडा के प्रोफेसर्स को कि हाँ आई नो दिस स्किल्स बट आई एम आल्सो ओपन टू वर्क ऑन दिस फील्ड. I can in the meantime 6 months or 1 year gap I will make these things happen and I come up with the results. So they will response, or don't think response will come very early. Since I got my Canada response after 4 months, I got my Imperial Bristol response after 4.5 months. These are 2 opportunities I got, and I am very proud to say that the University of Bristol, that opportunity was for domestic candidates, not for the international ones. And professor fight for me to having me on his team. Wonderful. Because my research work, he liked my research work.
Okay. Okay. Sen, आपका मास्टर्स कब कंप्लीट हो गया था?
मेरा मास्टर इसी साल कंप्लीट हुआ है जुलाई में।
So उसके बीच वाले टाइम में you were just applying or you were busy somewhere in research?
So it's a combination. Since I am a computational kind of research, I'm doing computational things on finite element. So I only need a good laptop with a good processors and all those things.
Yes.
मैंने मास्टर्स काम में मैंने हाईलाइट कर दिया था. अगर आप थोड़े स्टैंडर्ड रिसर्चर्स के पेपर पढ़ेंगे, जस्ट प्रेजेंटली हाईलाइट certain things. So they are saying what is the limitation of their work. तो मैंने अपने काम में 8 limitations पकड़े थे. उन 8 limitations को मेरे पास पहले से ही थे. उसी टाइम में टाइम फ्रेम में मैंने उस 8 लिमिटेशन में 6 लिमिटेशंस में काम किए और आई सॉल्व दोस लिमिटेशंस. In limitations में I write my own research paper, which is a 35 pages research paper journal, actually full-time journal, and I applied to some of the international conferences, and I got selected in 2 international conferences as a poster presentation. But unfortunately, due to these things, I am not able to go out there. I'm planning to submit my paper again in ECS in that's happening in Canada next year. तो वहाँ पे मैं करूँगा शायद. तो I come up with even that's a turn out to be a positive thing. क्योंकि जो next last degree के बाद मैंने जो problem solve किया था, that is a more relevant problem in electrochemistry right now.
Okay.
So that turned out to be a game changer for my Canada application.
Okay, wonderful.
I
Okay.
like it very much.
Okay, so Sayan, I think more or less we have covered the interaction points which we want to do. And believe me, my friend, this is one of the most, thought-provoking and enriched interactions. And I'm very sure someone who is planning to pursue career through higher education and go into top universities, inputs given by you will be very, very relevant and helpful for them.
Sure.
As I told you, Sayan, after a couple of years, I'll again pop up and try to
Sure.
know more about Queen's University, Canada, and education system in Canada. And I hope and I wish that funding crunch, which actually across the globe we are seeing right now, soon comes to an end, and capable candidates across the globe starts getting opportunities with the professor across the various universities in the universe. So with that way, I end it up, and I thank you once again for the time you gave, and wish you all the very best, Sayan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, interacting with again. It's always very nice to interact with you. To in प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से हम बहुत लोगों से इंटरेक्ट कर सकते हैं. मैं बहुत इवन लास्ट के इंटरव्यू के बाद मुझे बहुत स्टूडेंट्स ने पर्सनली रीच आउट किया था. दे पिक सस्टेनेबल इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट. दे वांट टू गेट नो थिंग्स अबाउट बेटर एंड दे कम क्रॉस माय इंटरव्यू. उनके लिए बहुत हेल्पफुल था. That's a very nice thing.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.